Good afternoon, traders. It is Friday, October 21st, 2016, and U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, I'm glad it's Friday. We really haven't had a terrible week, but it's just been um, frustrating, slow, boring, drip, drip, drip all week. And I'm happy to see it done with. Um, you'll recall 2 days ago we got into, I think, about 13 trades here, closed with $6,000 or so open trade, and then bang, oh, down it comes yesterday, and we end up taking that uh, $6,000 to a loss. Uh, Very frustrating, but then we got into 13 more yesterday, and ended up closing with $6,700 in open trade, also with 13 positions. And I predicted that the stocks would go up today, and I figured it would probably reverse this pattern. Well, it really didn't reverse the pattern. It did pretty much the same thing and went the opposite of what I said it was going to on the open here, and the result is we saw our $6,700 profit go to $1,700. So at least we made a profit on our exits this time, but we saw a lot of, quite a decent amount of money go down the toilet on this big sell-off, and then the stocks bounce, but not quite enough to go positive. We ended up closing down 17 with the Dow. I'm looking at this. I'm going to call this a bull spike down here. Call it up for Monday. We'll just have to see. It's always a little bit more difficult to call stocks over the weekend because you have obviously two intervening days there, and you never know what's going to happen. We are, as you know, 18 days to the election, and this undoubtedly creates a lot of nervousness and up and down movement in stocks, and that's kind of what we're going through. We got into only 3 new positions today, 2 positive, 1 negative, and we are holding a whopping $180 in open trade over the weekend going into Monday. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. That's for sure. I'll show you just a little. This is kind of symptomatic or illustrates what we were dealing with today. This is Equinox Pharmaceuticals. We had bought this yesterday midday, and it had closed slightly profitable on the close yesterday, but then it just goes down with the rest of the stocks this morning, and we end up being stopped out the first 30 minutes with about a $700 loss there. I mean, nothing great, but nevertheless, we all the power of this rally yesterday was just diminished by the sell-off at the beginning of the day. Here's then I'll show you the two of the profitable trades today. I showed you these yesterday, but again, this is kind of what was going on today. This is CVTI Covenant Transportation Group. We bought that right out of the gate on yesterday, and at one point here, I think this was up pretty close to $3,000, and then we also, got the morning dip here, and we got out of there. We made let's see, $2,600, no, $1,500. Excuse me, $1,500 in that. So we still made a profit, but you know, would have been nice to have taken it back here. And then our best trade that I showed you yesterday. Is Zeop or Zeopharm Pharmaceuticals. We bought that about midday. It really took off. Up here, we were up about $4,000 with Zeopharm Pharmaceuticals, but it also retreated on this early morning sell-off, and we ended up getting out of there with $2,300. Still a profitable trade, but would have liked to have taken $4,000 on it. You know, so just everything kind of contracted, and so we saw our $6,700 that we had yesterday on the close contract to $1,700 by the time we got out. That's just what happened. Anyway, not a very exciting day, but slightly profitable. I guess I shouldn't complain. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to enjoy my weekend, and I will be back here online on Monday.